Oh, here we go. What's going on, everybody? Listen, this is an introduction to our new podcast from Kings Grooming, and it's the official name of the podcast is Kings, and we're always going to be addressing men's issues. All right, and today's I have two special guests, and they're actually going to be a good part of the team regularly. And the topic today is young men entering adulthood with high school swag. Now, before we move forward, let's play my bad. It's new. My bad. Let me just say introduce the guy. Let me just introduce the guy.
This is gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
It's your boy Alien, the Alienated Barber.
Dr. J.
Yep, and there's Uni, the unicorn. You know, I stay doing things different.
Right.
So you know, we salute to all the men out there that struggle with mental health. Feel free to hit us up anytime. I always like to be a big brother to guys, because at the end of the day, we getting tired of hearing brothers that suffering to mental health alone, you know, taking out their own self. Dude, there's brothers out here that's willing to help and support you. And at the same time, we're celebrating Juneteenth. But we will be addressing the issue of mental health and how we can support and we can help. But because today is the first time we're putting our podcast out, we're going to start it on the lighter note. And the lighter note is how funny it is when you are out and about and you see these grown-ass men behaving like kids. Why? Because they never wanted to listen to a man, let him know how to move in the streets or how to be an adult or how to be grown. You know, a good example of that is I had a client not too long talking about, man, this dude is damn near 30 worried about his bangs. I'm like, dude, are you serious? You worried about your bangs? Come on, man, you ain't got no sweat. Come on, listen, what you got, a inch pecker? Come on now, man up. What the hell's wrong with you?
I also feel like part of it has to do with young guys growing up without a father, without a real father figure in their life, you know, or if they do have a father figure, it's not the greatest father figure. You know, he may be somebody in the streets himself, and, you know, being that young guy or man growing up with that high school swag, still trying to be what he was in high school, this and the third. So a lot of people haven't grown up from what they were at a young age. They just grew up body-wise. They didn't grow up mental-wise. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, making a whole bunch of dumb mistakes out there, and it's sad. Like, and dude, like if you're a man and you got your shit together and you see some of these young bucks, come on, put them to the side. Like, listen, young buck, handle this stuff this way. Learn about respect. Like right now, ain't no respect out there.
So I'm gonna give an example. Like for me, right? So growing up, you know, I'm into music and all that stuff like that. So growing up, you know, I was sagging my pants, you know, doing the whole pants sagging stuff. But once I learned what the pants sag was about, no bullshit, I had to strap that belt on to my waist, and I've never done it again. And I've learned that in high school.
What's that about?
What you mean? Was that about?
What's the pants sag was about? Because it's two narrations.
So elaborate, it started in the jail. That's what it started for. Like, what is it? You sag your pants to show that, hey, you know,
the cheeks are available.
You available.
Oh, that's
you know
what you heard.
Yeah. So what you heard?
Before jail, you had two pairs of clothes on.
Okay.
And when you're doing stuff in the streets and they looking for you to dress a certain way, you got you got another set of clothes on underneath.
Oh, but why is it sagging? Why are you exposing the fact that you got both outfits on?
Shit, that's the youth. That's the youth. But if you're showing your butt crack, that's a different thing. You know, that's something different.
Well, nobody's walking out here showing their butt crack, but you showing your boxers. I mean, you got some dudes that do show.
I've seen that.
And you ain't want to see it.
Yeah, they want to see it.
It was there.
They wanted to say hi, and I saw too much. They wanted to say
hi, it's for like Doogie.
The shirt went on, and I was like, you know. But yeah, that's one thing right there. And it's like this, like, you know, a lot of you young bucks is simping the fuck out these bras, man. Y'all better stop that. Y'all messing up the game right now.
That's a big fact.
Yeah, y'all messing up the game right now. These chicks is expecting dudes to run and sweat over them and all. No, come on now. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of simps out here today.
Oh,
a lot of grown men as well. Like, I've seen a lot of weak men.
Talking about me.
And I mean, like, for me, even being like the age that I am, like, I grew up with nothing, like, with females around me, like my mom and my sister. So I know how to conduct myself around a female. I know how to, even like I said, I never even had like the greatest father figure in my life. So even on that note, seeing, other people with their fathers, or like even like rappers or whoever that I'm influenced by, I take like certain things and I implement it with myself. So I think I do a lot of deep diving with my mind mentally wise, like with mental health. I do a lot of meditation and stuff like that to try not to fall into that simp category, and just know, like, listen, like, I'm a man at the end of the day. I gotta stay strong. I gotta hold my own, because I can't be walking around weak and giving myself away without knowing that, like,
to somebody unworthy.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta value yourself, and that's the thing. Like,
you definitely gotta value yourself. You definitely have to value yourself.
I don't know who that is. I'm too old to know who that is.
I don't know who Travis Hunter is.
But I mean, all jokes
if
aside,
Travis Hunter's watching, man, I'm sorry, man. I
don't know. Listen. Just for that, you get a free cut. You know what I mean? But all jokes aside, though. But that's for real, though. That's for real. I mean, like, listen, value yourself. You know what I mean? And like I told my team, like, dude, you look in the mirror before you step out your house, and you see who you are and value who you are. Dude, you grind. Well, I mean, there's a lot of you guys that still live with your moms and stuff at damn near their 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you want to do grinding,
it's called taking care of them.
And things is expensive. So, if you got to do it, you got to do it. But you also got to learn how to get up out of there at the same time.
And do your thing.
Don't live with mama till you like 45 just so she could die and you get the house and all that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not the way to do it.
Tay. How many chicks that's what happened?
What?
No, I shouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't do that.
I'm independent.
Independent my ass.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah, right? They got 5 child supports, and then they living off of welfare, and they independent. Yeah. You being taken care of by the government and your baby dad. That's not independent.
Well, the baby dad,
not at all.
That's the government. And they just use the child support as something that could possibly get him in jail. Because that money don't necessarily, they pay it. Your check come from the government.
You don't come from experience?
No, abortion clinics.
Abortion clinics. But they told you?
What?
But they told you? How you know? What do you mean abortion clinic? How the hell abortion clinics came into this?
That's not my experience.
Because you got experience with abortion clinics.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Listen,
even still, let me see.
Well, he got some proof and evidence over there.
I'm just trying to throw out a number to the people about
abortions.
Because we're also speaking on men's mental health, awareness. So I want to throw out the number about how many. Let's see, how many.
Well, you speaking to the phone is faster. But yeah, I mean, now the statistic is high. And that's the thing about, like, you young guys start making bad choices now. You're gonna be stuck in a situation where you're gonna realize the real reality of life. Like, for example, this is where it gets funny with some of you young guys. You guys are start trying to act like y'all grown, but when you're trying to be amongst men and you smiling too damn much, oh yeah, you a kid. We know you're a kid because you haven't had enough hardship. You know what hardship is? When you go through life taking care of the people you love, your family, whatever, they turn their back on you, and that's why real men don't smile. Real men go through some real shit, and you over here trying to step in men's shoes and don't know one from the other. Listen, I'm telling you, young buck. Huh?
Real men smile.
Real men smile right after getting some pussy.
No, I was trying to see the number of of how many men died this year from mental health. I knew the number was high.
They ain't even gonna have it all on there because of the fact it's multiple things. They might crash out, do something stupid, right? That's not gonna be under the statistics.
That's true. That's true.
Played with them when they were just a mail ticket. They were just somebody. Oh, that's my Olive Garden friend.
See, at the end of the day, I say like this: just focus on yourself. Get that money. Stay focused. Get your grind on. And the thing about it is, when you affiliate with dudes, is about getting that money, and they're not greedy dudes. Those will be the right dudes to be around. But if you just fuck around with greedy dudes and you see them get money off on your rib, now you gotta watch your steps, young buck. Know what I mean?
You definitely gotta watch.
That'd be a whole series where I talk about that with me. People they eat off you, then when they done, they don't get.
Listen, we're not talking
You don't
about
got-
my
you don't
dukes
got-
and grandma. I mean,
No, I ain't talking.
I mean, those you gotta look out for them. They look out.
Yeah.
You got those. You gotta show love to. Now, my situation is completely opposite, but we're not gonna open that ugly ass book. You know.
What people want, man? What do people
Nah,
want,
listen,
man?
man. Listen. Let's put it like this. I'm a Christian man because I thank God I'm not a killer right now. I was raised to be a beast, an animal, a killer, but I'm grateful I'm not that, and I'm here, you know, hanging out with the family right here, putting some smiles in your face. Get yourself in the camera, dude.
So question. What are some things that like you guys do to help with your mental health?
Jay?
I'll go to Home Depot.
Charlie, that one was for you, baby.
That's what Charlie.
That one was for you,
Charlie. Now, I mean, like, all jokes aside, like me personally, I do, like you said, with meditating, self-reflecting, and I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of reading. Not to get real churchy and stuff. The Bible has been helping me a lot, but that's going to be another podcast that I'm going to have separate from this, because I want to keep this grounded on what people understand and what people can relate to. Not, unfortunately, when I start talking about that churchy stuff, a lot of people start being like, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. You know what I mean? But the reality of it all is meditation, and finding hobbies, discover yourself. Listen, this is one thing I discovered: the universe is bigger within you than what it is outside of you. All right. So when you dig deep within yourself, you find more things that will get you further in life. When you start taking time to analyze your hobbies, your likes, what you want out of life, you know, and once you realize that, you be like, wait a minute, I'm putting too much time with this broad. I could be more productive with myself. I mean, so go ahead and do that, and you'll be surprised at what you get done. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've accomplished more shit single without a female than with a female. You know what I mean?
So I mean, I think it depends on the female as well. Like, if she gonna do some things with you and help you grow and help you push
y'all grow
your
together.
goals,
Yeah,
y'all
you
go
go.
together,
That don't exist anymore, though. That don't exist anymore. All we got is gold diggers.
It does.
We
It
got-
out there. You just gotta find them.
You gotta find it. Like,
Listen, you better have good
Yeah,
vision.
you
You better put your contacts, your glasses on, get a microscope, all that shit.
You know.
well, I'm sorry for whoever did this to you, but you know what I mean? I'm just sorry. Apologize for whoever did that.
Alright, but no, the same question for you. What are some things
Well,
you do for your mental health?
Well,
Besides Home
personally,
Depot.
No, for real, no one cares about my problems. So why should I care about the problems also? Because every
your problems.
No, I'm talking about stress. What I mean to say, stress over the problems. So once you relieve yourself from stress, then you'll see the solution, whatever it may be. If it's taking yourself out of a situation,
There you go.
or if it, you know what I mean, or refocusing yourself. But there's no, you only have one life to live. You don't want to sit there and dwell on something that really don't matter.
Yep.
It don't matter. Do you want to be the star of the show, or you want to be an extra in someone else's show?
There you go.
That's-
There you
that was
go.
deep.
There you go.
I like that. Yeah.
There you go.
So if I know if I'm the star, this is just right before the commercial. If when you start feeling bad, it's right before see you next
Get back
episode.
to performing.
Yeah,
Get back to
right,
performing.
right,
Nah,
right.
that makes all the sense in the world. And it's just that, like, and what he means by that is like this. If you let stress hold you down, you're gonna be in somebody else's conversation. But when you take over that shit, dude, that shit be in your past and you can laugh about it.
You gotta learn to control stress. Don't let stress control you.
There you go. And like you said, the most important thing is learn how to look at your life outside of the box. That's what I had to do recently. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm facing my challenges by myself. My whole life I had, unfortunately. And then, I was stressing that I was alone. But then I sat back and I was like, wait a minute. Dude, you did this. Dude, you've accomplished this. Dude, you've done this. You've accomplished this. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a fucking beast. I've done all this shit. I could do more. You know what I mean? Once I saw that, I stopped thinking about the stress. The stress is just a bump in the road that I need to get over to get to the next plateau.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I would say for me, for my mental health, I definitely do some meditation. First thing I do when I wake up is, thank God for another day. You know what I mean? I also find a lot of hobbies. I do a lot of things to keep my mind creative.
There you go.
I do a lot of things that just makes me happy. I don't worry about anybody else's happiness. I gotta be happy first, because if I don't worry about my happiness first, the people around me aren't gonna be happy, and I would love everybody around me to be happy. So for me, it's, keeping myself creative and, busy doing stuff that'll help me grow, and not just being creative, but also learning, educating myself on, life, things that people may not know, but, I may want to deep dive, and, a lot of people may want to call me like a conspiracy theory, but, I deep dive into some things, and, it's just what I like to do. It's not for everybody, not everything's for everybody, but just have fun, figure out what you like to do, whether it's going for a walk or, whatever it is to clear your mind, to not have you dwelling on what went bad or what can go bad, or, you know what I mean? And if you
it's
do
called
all
redirecting
that,
your focus.
and if you do that, find a balance. What?
It's called redirecting your focus. Just redirect your focus. Instead of focus on the bullshit, focus on something that you're gonna get positivity out of.
Because this is another thing too, right? We're all gonna die someday, right? We all gonna die someday.
He think he's immortal.
So, shit, I don't blame him. We're all gonna die someday. So what's the point on stressing about something now when tomorrow could be a whole different ball game for you, where it's like, yo, this shit was so crazy. Like, I didn't even think this was gonna happen because yesterday was this. Yeah, that's yesterday. Leave that shit right there.
Look at today.
Where we at. Look at today. You know what I mean? Try new things all the time.
Right.
Try new things all the time, because you will never know what you will actually like, and you don't know how far that thing that you like, if you dabble into it, where it can take you. So it's always good to find things of interest and just try things. Like, before I became a barber, I've done so many different things, tried so many things to, try to do this to earn some more money, and try to do this. But my thing is, like, it's not about money, it's about freedom. Like, I'm about my freedom. I'm not really about money. Barbering, it's a blessing to me, and I love it every day because I have my freedom and I make money every day. Maybe some days I don't, but that's okay with me, because it's not about the money. It's about my happiness and about my freedom.
Why you look at him that way?
You know what I mean? I'd rather be able to say, hey, I don't want to work the whole week, and I can be happy knowing that when I come back the next week, I got my chair and I can make like $1,000. You know what I mean? Or I can go to work every day and still be happy and make money, or not make money. Like, I have that decision to make. You know what I mean? So for me, that's what I love. I love the freedom behind barbering. I love the freedom of, being creative, and with those creative things, I do it to a point where it can earn me an income. So, that's what I like. That's what helps mama. So, what you over here?
They wanted to say something.
So you look, what you looking at me crazy for? Go ahead.
No, that's my normal face. That's my normal face.
What?
No, ain't nobody saving you. Ain't nobody saving you.
But to those who are watching, you want to ask some questions. You got some comments. You want to
let me see. Are there
let
any
us
comments?
know some things. Let us know some things you're going through that we may be able to help you answer or figure out. Let us know.
Everybody's just waving. All right. So yeah, if y'all got comments or questions, please do. But like I said, so the thing about growing into manhood, dude, like the high school swag, all y'all little ninjas want to do is just smoke weed, get high, and not do nothing with your life. I mean, there's more to life. There's more to life. I'm not saying that smoking weed is bad. Shit, this is how I, like, when I talk my kids like this. Like,
it's bad. Smoking weed is bad. Marijuana is bad. Don't do it.
Listen,
smoking is bad for you in general, but like I said, we all gonna die someday. So if you like smoking, smoke.
Well, what I'm saying is like this: reward yourself after you done did something. Don't, like I told my kids, why get dumb if you've been dumb all day? I mean, be productive, do some fly shit, and at the end of the day, you can reward yourself with a little drink, a little shot, a little smoke, whatever you want. If that's it, whatever your vice is, you want to jerk off, whatever fuck, whatever your vice is, do what you want to do.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? The point is,
whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, but the point is, be productive with your life. Don't just, listen, it's like, what's the purpose if you be in a sim chasing after a chick with your little Walmart check? You know what I mean? And you never gonna become none. Cause like I've been seeing too many dudes. Whatchamacallit?
Shout out to Walmart.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen too many dudes. Waste their whole everything, faking the front. Renting cars, trying to look good on the gram and stuff. You know, and at the end of the day, they broke for life because they never did no power moves. Meanwhile, there's a lot of dudes like my man's right here. You don't see him flossing on the gram. I mean, you see them being funny on the gram. You see my man dropping some bars on the gram. You know,
that's all you see. All you see on my gram, all you see on my social media is me just working, creativity. You know what I mean? I don't put my life out there. You don't know what I'm doing after this. You're not gonna see what I'm doing after this. You're not gonna see what I'm doing when I get home. You're not gonna see what I'm doing when I wake up, or if I'm brushing my. You're not gonna see none of that. You're gonna see the creative things that I'm doing. You know, the outcomes of it. You may see the finished product and the edit products. You know what I mean? So you don't need to put your whole life out there. Let show people 10% of your life.
Show them the progress.
Show them 10%.
Just show them the progress. The only thing I post is something that made me smile, something that I feel like sharing with everybody.
I don't think just the progress, because you want people to see your struggles too.
That's true.
I feel like you want people to see your struggles too, because it'll connect more instead of you just throwing out like, oh, this is perfect. Like you don't always want to just show a perfect. I mean, when you're putting out your cuts and this and the third, yeah, you want to show the perfect cuts, but that's why you do the before and the after. You see the wildness, and that's the struggles right there that you're gonna have to go through to cut that hair, and then you see the after, the beauty of it, how it comes out.
And the last time I portray the struggles when I post like an inspirational quote. A lot of times whenever I post an inspirational quote, because I may be going through something, and whatever pain I'm going through, I know somebody out there is going through the same pain. So it's just letting you know you're not alone. Right. And that's why I respect these brothers right here, because we share some stuff, and I respect how strong they are, because throughout whatever they're going through, they manage to come to work and still find a way to laugh, smile, giggles, and all that good stuff, just on the strength of like, listen, I'm not letting life hold me down. We got the world moves on. Bills still need to get paid. Right. Jay, I mean, you're not here to be pretty. What's good?
Nah, he's here to show up the do-rag, the velvet jump.
Oh, he got that. Yeah, that's a cat.
Shout out to Tima.
Got the pretty boy swag. Got the pretty boy swag.
My man got the Kango do-rag. I see you.
All right. And we're signing off.
I mean, well, listen, all jokes aside though, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is our first ever podcast. Expect more. And shout out,
live video.
There you go.
If you have any suggestions on topics, feel free to DM.
Yup.
No, yeah, for sure. That'll help too.
Yeah, because right now, like I said, at the end of the day, it's like this. There's a lot of guys out there facing this world alone. And dude, you want some answers? Shoot it up. Listen, we got many different walks of life. My man had a different walk of life. My man had a different one, and so did I. And our perspective could be helpful. And not only that, we're constantly dialoguing with people that we have in the chair and whatnot. And since we got people from every walk of life, you need a lawyer, you need a doctor, you need a pet groomer. We know them. And we be able to help you out with something.
Contractors, all.
There you go, all that stuff. So listen, once again, peace from the Kings.
Peace from A. Peace from J.
Silent J. Silent J.
Yeah, I'm signing out.
Peace. You can't find the button.
Oh man, he's hurt. Somebody save this man.